Oh, I gotta show you this one. If that's not an interesting sitting position. Anyhow, this is Neil's Han Dynasty. Please like, share, and subscribe. Buy some silver and some platinum. And be kind, helpful, and grateful, because it's better than being a jerk. And spay and neuter your pets. And get involved with trap and release. Trap, neuter, spay, neuter, release. But anyhow, I bring you this stuff. This is about Africa. It actually could affect platinum or the platinum group metals, because the third largest vein of platinum group metals right now is in Zimbabwe, and it's run by Impala Mines, for which a disclaimer, I own stock, although they have not sponsored this channel. But nether heather nor weather, here comes the news from Zimbabwe. And it is these guys from their perspective, the African News Channel. And it says here, let's see, how old it is. 5 hours ago, Zimbabwe, alarm in Zimbabwe as Emerson Mnangagwa appoints son and nephew to cabinets. So let's see what they have to say.
Mnangagwa has sparked controversy and ignited a serious debate about nepotism and governance by appointing members of his family into key government positions. Mnangagwa's 34-year-old son, David Kudakwashe Mnangagwa, was among 26 officials sworn in as cabinet ministers on Tuesday, September 12, 2023, despite public outrage when the list of the nominees was made public on Monday, September 11, 2023. In President Mnangagwa's new extended cabinet, his son David will serve as Deputy Finance Minister, while his nephew, Tongai Mafithi Mnangagwa, will serve as Deputy Minister in the country's tourism ministry. David Mnangagwa, who recently graduated from the University of Zimbabwe with a law degree, was handpicked into the ZANU-PF party list from Midlands Province via the youth quota system designed to increase young people's representation. He is one of President Mnangagwa's reported nearly 24 children. According to David's LinkedIn profile, he earned a Bachelor of Science degree in Business Administration and
24? Damn, he's been busy.
Actuarial Science from Drake University in the United States in 2011 before getting his law degree, and previously worked as an actuarial associate in the United States. However, he has no experience in government. On the other hand, the president's nephew, Tongai Mnangagwa, is the ZANU-PF ruling party's member of parliament for the Hunyani constituency. His late father, David Mnangagwa, was President Mnangagwa's younger brother. According to reports, President Mnangagwa is even considering giving another of his sons, Emerson Jr., an official position in his administration. These reports claim that Emerson Jr. has already taken part in the president's talks with international investors, and preparations are in the works to formalize his role, maybe as an advisor or director. All of these moves have raised serious concerns about nepotism within the government. Harare-based economics professor Gift Mugano told CNN that Mnangagwa's appointment of his son was unlikely to do much to address the country's infamous economic woes. It's clearly nepotism. It doesn't make any sense at all. Zimbabwe's economy has been in the doldrums for the last 25 years, and we need the right critical minds to drive the economy, she said. So, if you put someone who is just coming from the university in that critical ministry to support Professor Nku, who by himself has also failed for the last 5 years, to change around the economy, the president missed the point on that appointment, Mugano said. The opposition CCC party, which placed second in last month's disputed polls, also criticized the ministerial list, which had 0 CCC members, but included a couple, Christopher and Monica Mutsvangwa, both well-known associates of President Mnangagwa, as ministers. Constituted of his friends, family, loyalists, and the least qualified, the cabinet is the worst since Zimbabwe's independence in 1980. It is yet another missed leadership opportunity for Mnangagwa, the party said in a statement. The opposition CCC also said Mnangagwa appointing family members was particularly worrying. Rather than think of the national plight, Mr. Mnangagwa has set up an infrastructure to feed his family, CCC spokesperson Promise Mkonanzi said in a statement. Other arid Zimbabweans took to social media to lambast President Mnangagwa, accusing him of running the impoverished southern African country as a family business. Slowly, Zimbabwe is becoming a family business. Mnangagwa Private Limited. One Zimbabwean wrote on social media platform X, "The creation of a family dynasty is what's happening right now," another commented. Interestingly, Mnangagwa's appointment of his son and nephew into key government positions isn't the first time he has been accused of nepotism in 2023. President Mnangagwa, who doubles as the chancellor of all state-run institutions of higher learning in Zimbabwe, presented his wife, Auxilia Mnangagwa, with an honorary doctorate in law from the University of Zimbabwe, and it is not her first honorary doctorate. In December 2022, Emmerson Mnangagwa conferred on her an honorary doctorate in development studies for her contribution to charitable work in the country. President Mnangagwa's decision to appoint his son and nephew to key government positions in Zimbabwe is emblematic of a troubling trend in African politics. This trend involves leaders across the continent appointing family members to prominent roles within their governments, often raising concerns about nepotism and dynastic succession. Similar instances can be observed in countries like Congo-Brazzaville, where President Denis Sassou Nguesso appointed his son to a cabinet position, fueling speculation about a dynastic transition. Equatorial Guinea's President Teodoro Obiang has had his son serve as vice president, while Gabon witnessed a long-standing familial leadership with Ali Bongo succeeding his father. Even the leader who ousted Ali Bongo, Brice Ngwema, is rumored to be a cousin of the Bongo family. Ghana has also faced similar controversies, with President Akufo-Addo's daughter being appointed director of the country's Creative Arts Council without the necessary consent or appointment process. These examples merely capture the pervasive issue of nepotism deeply embedded in African politics. Nepotism undermines meritocracy, hampers good governance, and impedes national progress. It perpetuates a cycle of unaccountable leadership and stifles the potential for genuine development in African nations. To truly prosper, African countries must address and rectify such practices, fostering transparent, inclusive, and accountable governance systems that prioritize the well-being of their citizens over familial interests. What are your thoughts on Zimbabwe?
Wow, I think they're taking a page from the Bushes and the fucking Clintons and the fucking Bidens and everything with how to run their countries. Yeah, you know, America's got some crap going on with it, but you know, every other country does too. And the poorer the country is, the more actual control the people have over the people of that country, and they're able to do crazy shit like this. But anyhow, this is just to keep you guys informed of what's actually, you know, I bring you a lot of geopolitical stuff about, you know, Africa and Asia and Malaysia and all that whole area, and it's just like to let you know that when they say BRICS, each of those countries has its own dynamics of politics. So what you've got is a conglomeration of like 6 different types of political leaderships and regimes, all trying to get along. How does that work? First, they got to figure out how they can make money. And that is a driving force, I imagine, but their hatred of each other is also a driving force, and you can't deny that either. But I go on, I digress about BRICS. This is about Zimbabwe. So, what do you think? Leave something in the comments below. Let me know what you think about what's going on with all these African countries and things going on in Africa. And I'll talk to y'all later. Have a great night. Good night.